Good morning, everybody. Here is the big weather story for the weekend. It's moving from the Caribbean into the Gulf up against the Yucatan and the western tip of Cuba. It's a pretty big system, and it looks fairly impressive on the satellite presentation. At some point, they'll send the Hurricane Hunter aircraft through, and they'll check it out and get better details, and that'll help us more accurately predict where it's going to go and how fast it's going to be moving. But at its current speed and trajectory, it's headed this way this weekend for sure. And if we don't start calling this thing Karen soon, I don't know why. But right now, we're still calling it that disturbance entering the southern Gulf. The futurecast is going to show some of the outflow, some of the cloud cover going to start getting here tonight, tomorrow. Shower chances likely are going to hold off, I think, for most of our Friday. And we start to talk about those during the day Saturday. A lot of the computers are coming into a little bit better agreement. We'll look at those models in a little bit. And it's starting to push the center of the system a little further to our west. Listen, that doesn't mean that's where it's going to go. It doesn't mean that means we're not going to have any impacts from it. We're going to find some rain across much of the Gulf Coast. And over the next 24 to 36 hours, we'll get a much better handle on where and how much and when. But I think at this point, Saturday and Sunday, likely later in the weekend, not earlier. It's when we're going to have our best chances for the most effects. 59 in Tifton and in Homerville, another cool start to the north and east where the sky's a little clearer. You head down towards the south and west, it's a little bit warmer. 78 at Apalachicola, 69 in Panama City, and 66 in Mariana. We're at 68 Bainbridge, 69 Tallahassee, Thomasville, just 63 this morning. Whatever breeze we have, east and southeast, that'll be the predominant wind direction again today. There is some patchy fog, most visibilities between 5 and 10 miles. Here's a look at that satellite radar composite screen. A little bit of cloud cover in a few spots at times yesterday. Got a little grayish, on occasion. And I think we're in for the similar kind of setup today. Today looks a lot like it did yesterday. But tomorrow it's kind of a different story because we're going to see some of those clouds streaming to the north from that system, and that will start to impact our forecast a little bit, at least the way it looks, and our humidity levels will increase even a little bit faster, so the air going to be a little bit more heavy feeling tomorrow. I still think our shower chances still small for tomorrow. They'll get bigger as we work our way into Saturday. Lots of moisture stacked all the way up through the atmosphere to the south. Any of that deeper layer moisture over the lower 48, that's sort of mixing in with the drier air. So if there was no system to our south, we'd be on tap for a nicer looking weekend. However, we do have that system to the south. We are going with the hashtag TBD for to be determined because that's how our weekend forecast looks. Still could go either way. All of the systems to the north look like they're staying that way until maybe Sunday when this next boundary starts to work its way across the southeast. And hopefully, if it does what I think it can do, maybe it'd be able to shunt all of this moisture back out to our east by Monday, Tuesday, and that should open the door for a really nice second half of next week. This right here, that's our system, and that's the one we're going to be talking about a lot and looking at a lot over the next couple days. And the sheer size of it, huge. Once it gets into the Gulf, it's liable to be half the size of the Gulf of Mexico, which means almost all interests along the Gulf Coast need to be on standby for this because they will all feel some impacts from this system. Here's that clustering of computer models, and it's definitely a little bit less all over the place compared to where it was yesterday. I still think at some point we're going to have to adjust this a little bit more, whether it's to the east or to the west. But right now, it's a much better cluster someplace over there towards Mobile. Let's keep our eyes on it, and over the next 24 to 36 hours, we'll get a much better handle on where it's going. Low tides, they're good going after 7:30 this morning. Winds on the waters east and southeast, 12 to 20. A little breezy at times out there. 60s and 70s with those varied temperatures again this morning. We'll keep it partly cloudy this afternoon, middle 80s. That's pretty seasonable. Upper 60s with increasing clouds tonight. I don't think there'll be as big a variety in temperatures tomorrow, but of course up north and east it might be a little bit cooler than it will be south and west. There's the 3-day forecast. Not bad today, tomorrow, not bad at all for any time of the year. I think a little bit more humid. We felt that yesterday. We'll feel it more today and tomorrow. Saturday, at this point, maybe we can get lucky and the whole system will slow down just enough so that way it won't start raining until, like Saturday night. That would be better for the Florida State game.
Absolutely.
If nothing else.
Much better. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
See what happens there.